What's up, guys? This is Endemic, and today I will be showing you guys some 2v2 with my Shaman. Luckily I got a bunch of footage of Demon Hunters before they got nerfed. So first I'll be showing you my losses against the OP menace known as Demon Hunters. So in this first matchup it was a Monk Demon Hunter, and they do such a massive amount of damage. They're supposed to be nerfed tomorrow on the 17th. So they'll be doing significantly less damage. I was using Warbender in this matchup, unfortunately. If I was using Duel instead, it probably would have worked out a lot better in my favor. But I went Warbender so I can catch up to the Monk. Now, if you guys don't know, both of them are new abilities. Warbender halves the duration of the CC put on you, as well as increase your movement speed by 30%. In Duel, you apply it to an enemy and they do 50% less damage to every other target except for you. So it encourages them to go on you. So see, in this matchup I had nothing to save my Shaman at that point. I had no Intimidating Shout, no Disarm, and slowing wouldn't have done much there, so we got creamed pretty fast. Here I actually was thinking we were going to win this one. I was chasing down the Paladin, I was doing some good damage. Right at this moment, the Demon Hunter is doing 50% less damage to my Shaman. So that kind of cushioned the blow. At which point he switched to me and realized he could just take me down really fast. So I figured I need to get away from this Demon Hunter right now. While I'm chasing him, boom, just get bursted. I had nothing at that point either, so I died really quickly. Right here we got a Druid Demon Hunter. We beat this team. Some of the Druids we faced, they don't even take bear form. They were taking Moonkin form, which is kind of interesting. And they also tried to I don't know if it was this Druid or another Druid, but they spammed Healing Touch, which was just kind of funny. There, I pummeled the Tranquility. And there I finished the Druid off. And that was one of our very few Demon Hunter match victories. Right here you can see this Demon Hunter is just instantly creaming me down. Shaman narrowly saved my life. Another nice thing against monks now is since charge automatically slows them by 30% upon charge, that's really helping. Since the GCD change on hamstring, I'm really happy with that. You can really catch up to people that would normally get away now. So that's a nice little change, and I'm really enjoying that one. So right here I just wanted to show that even now Priest Feral is still one of the hardest counters in 2v2. The Priest goes offensive, the Feral goes offensive, and there's really no way to peel the damage. If you face a good enough Priest Feral, it's an uphill battle. And as my Shaman said, he was running low on mana at this point. The Priest is doing good chunks of damage even though the Feral was stunned. And the Shaman goes down. Right here, survival hunters are quite powerful. Even last patch we had a hard time against them, and in this scenario they're even better than before, it feels like. They just go and go until my shaman's out of mana, at which point we lose, typically. Very frustrating combo to run into, especially if they're paired with a monkular. It's that much worse. I should have definitely taken double time instead of the stun that I took for this matchup, because I felt like I was just literally running around trying to catch up to what was going on, and I couldn't even do anything. So, disarm the hunter there. Saved my shaman for a few moments. Trying to stun him desperately there. So, as for DK healer, they've always been kind of rough. I don't know if they're as strong as they previously were, but they're still always kind of tough. The whole goal here is to completely stay away from the Frost DK. Slow them and run. That's basically the strategy I've used against them, because the second that they connect, my health just drops. So I try to stay away from them at all costs, because I typically can't stand toe-to-toe with one. And I'm really glad my shaman assisted me right here, or I probably wouldn't have been able to get the kill. And boom, we barely took him out. And this is an interesting matchup because Priest Rogue, we dominated most of them. We haven't really lost any Priest Rogues, but since this new patch, it looks like the tables have definitely turned. Even though I have Disarm, it just doesn't seem to help me against this rogue. They do massive amounts of damage. At this point I realized I need to stay away from this rogue. He's gonna destroy me. So I disarmed him again. And I've got no defensive cooldowns. And here's another Priest Rogue matchup that we had. This one was a lot closer. His Priest was out of mana. And I'm just trying to dominate this Priest. So right here, I should disarm the rogue. There we go, I disarmed him. Trying to stay on the priest. So I swapped to battle stance. I should have peeled. I should have peeled it sooner. I chose not to, and it cost us the match there. So on the other hand, let's go to some combinations that we're doing fine against and excel at typically. Here's a mage rogue combo. Right here, disarm really helps. Very strong ability. A little bit too strong. Right here I didn't have Rend. I should have picked Rend. With the Rend buff, I think it is quite very useful. Right there, I finish off the rogue. Right here, here's another one that we have a pretty easy time against, Shadow Priest Healer. At the moment, what we do is my Shaman will literally lay down Wind Fairy Totem, and I'll just go to town. They don't notice the Wind Fury Totem down, they're not doing anything to take it down, so they definitely pay the price. He still didn't kill it. And the amount of damage is just ridiculous. So if they ignore Wind Fury Totem, they will typically just get wrecked. Luckily this DK was running with a Priest. It made it a ton easier to take care of. Especially if there's no peeling done for the Priest. The Priest's days are definitely numbered in this scenario, and it happens all too much in 2v2. If you run with a Priest, you gotta be prepared to help them out. I don't even bother disarming or peeling at all because I'm confident that I can take this Priest out first, so. And here, yet again, another combo that we're really strong against is Lock Paladin. Lock Healer in general. We've run into some tough ones, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, it's just a cleave fest, especially if they ignore Wind Fury. He got it right there, but he's still going to take a massive amount of damage. With Duel as well, the Lock can't really spread his dots and go after my healer. It kind of forces him to do most of his damage to me. So I'm going to duel him right here. So he's dueled, so all the damage he's doing is completely reduced by 50%. I'm going to reflect that in his face, and then I'm going to do a massive amount of damage, getting the fear off on the Paladin. He also picked up the eye, so he is done. I don't know if I'll necessarily be doing a guide on arms, but one thing I do like is Rend. Definitely, Rend is nice now. There's a lot of class tuning that needs to be done now. The game kind of got through on its head. A lot of things kind of changed, and there's a lot of nerfed bats going around, and I do honestly feel like Warriors need some of their abilities changed. I think the whole disarm thing is ridiculous. A 30-second cooldown for an 8-sec disarm is just absurd. I'm completely shocked it made it in the game, and hopefully they tune that a little bit more. I was happy without disarm in the game. I just think the disarm mechanic is really just cheesy, and it's not something that I feel should be in the game at all, but for some reason they felt like we needed that. The other thing I'm going to grab about is Sharpen Blade. 25-second cooldown for 70% reduced healing taken. I don't feel like Sharpen Blade is necessary. It is something I believe that does need looked at. I think Arm's got a lot more tools, which is awesome, but I also feel that a little bit of it is a little bit overboard. Duel is a nice, interesting mechanic, but I can see it definitely becoming an issue later on. War Banner is definitely good. I think it should stay as is. I mean, it's a pretty awesome ability. Other than that, I think Arms is really strong. I think after all these classes are nerfed, Arms is going to be really prevalent, and I think that they're going to change their focus to us and probably put a few nerf hammers into us. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.